Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So first, I would be remiss if I didn't mention 9/11, which it's turning out a lot of people do not seem to recall. Or maybe they're just seriously too young. When people were coming through the line this morning to get into the school and they had to sign in, and it said 9/11, there was just like no sense of it at all. And then when I did the math, I was like, you know what? Some of these people are parents of kindergartners, and they were probably like 6 years old, when 9/11 happened. And then like one guy, I was literally asking, how old were you? And he said I was 10, but I don't really remember. I just know that like some of the teachers were sad that day, or it's just super interesting. And it was something where I had to really ponder, because I was like, we often say that we don't want to forget the past at the risk of repeating it, but at the same time, excuse me, Mama's on recording, please don't. Be fair, please. Yes or no? All right. Anyway, at the same time, I don't know how much, I don't want to turn a whole bunch of innocent children into hatred towards the Middle East, right? Over Osama bin Laden that they never even knew. It's really tricky. It's really hard. It's like, I don't want us to repeat the past, but I'm afraid if we never let it go, we're only carrying anger and hurt from generation to generation. What do you think about that? Anyway, my story that day was that I was busy teaching 7th and 8th graders, and I was on my way to school, and I was getting there around 7 o'clock, and these things had already taken place a few minutes earlier, and I turned on the news radio, which I always did, and Rush Limbaugh, was a very popular radio person at the time, was saying, man, if you ever wanted to get America, the best way would be to take out the financial district and take out the, CIA and like all this stuff. And I was like, wow, what irresponsible reporting. Why is he suggesting any of this? I mean, what if someone heard him? I'm not going to listen to this. So then I turned it on to like KFI with John and Ken. And they were saying something about the Pentagon, and they were saying something about the White House. And I was like, wait, what? Didn't I just change the station? And I changed the station again to KABC, and they were talking about it. And then I was like, oh my God, is it real? Did something happen? Oh my goodness. I got to school and immediately I turned on the television, and the administration had said, don't talk about it. Don't talk to the children, and don't talk about it. You know what? Just a moment, please. I can't do these kids. Just a moment. Thank you. I'm going to breathe. I just get so tired of it, because I get bossed around by students all day, right? Who need my undivided attention at that moment, who interrupt me for everything I'm saying. I don't mean poor classroom management. I just mean like if I'm talking with one individual, they're saying, teacher, teacher, teacher. And I'm like, newsflash, I'm talking to someone. Well, my little kids, and I mean my four-legged kids, they think they own mama. So if I'm busy in the kitchen and they think they might get something, or if I'm giving you my attention and they want it, like all kids, right? They'll play this game where they start like growling at each other and stuff. And at this time of night and how tired I am, I'm done. So I just put them away for a little while to get them to chill while their mama chills. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I realized it was real. The administration said don't talk about it. I was like, are you kidding me? All of these children are going to be coming to school in an hour knowing something happened. They're going to be scared. They're going to have questions. Fire me. I'm turning on the TV. So I turned on the TV in my room, and we cried about it and talked about it and processed it and did the play-by-play as the news was coming in, and we were experiencing it in real time. What I later found out was that my brother Bill, who was working in the financial district in New York, not far from the World Trade Towers, was not at work that day, But the reason he wasn't at work was because he was ready for a flight to California, and by God's design was bumped from the actual flight that hit the first trade tower, World Trade One or something, and would have very much been on that plane, if not in one of those other 3 buildings that melted adjacent to the World Trade Tower. So it was just like, wait, amazing. Anyway, though, God bless all of those people who exited the planet that day and all of the aftermath. And I just wanted to make sure I mentioned them. And I do pray for all of them, because it's not even over, as you may be seeing with those first responders, being so sick. That one man fighting for the right of them continuing to get money for medical bills, only to die from cancer a couple weeks ago. It's been a big deal. So peace be with you if you were affected by that, most certainly. And then I actually was going to talk about anxiety and just stressful thinking. And this is just a quote I want to share by Wayne Dyer, D-Y-E-R, who was, a motivational speaker and an intuitive and all these things. My sister Glynis, who's thenumberslady.com, Glynis has your number, actually knew Wayne Dyer. I always want to say Dwyer by nature, but Dyer. And then ironically, or interestingly enough, Wayne was giving his last speech when he died, his last speech or workshop in New Zealand, and my sister Monica was there. So Monica was like one of the last people to see him. He ended up dying like a day later. And so it was just an interesting little connection with my family. But he has a lot of phenomenal, insightful quotes, and this is one of them. And it says, "The truth is that there is no actual stress or anxiety in the world." You're like, wait, what? I beg to differ, dude. My life is stressed beyond belief. I have anxiety every day. But this is his argument. It's your thoughts that create these false beliefs. And then I would counter argue that there's nothing more real than our personal thoughts, right? They're most immediate in our mind. You can't package stress, touch it, or see it. And that is completely true. Feelings are an interesting phenomenon. There are only people engaged in stressful thinking. And I do believe that you can choose your thought process. I do believe you can change your mindset. I do believe you can actively affirm the direction you want your thoughts to go into. Not initially. I mean, we never know what's in our inbox, right? That's what Tanny Raw always says. If you don't know Tanny Raw, she's a phenom. Look her up on any social media platform. But she always says you don't know what's coming into your inbox, but you can most certainly decide how you're going to respond to it. And I think this is in line with that. So it's such an interesting idea. Let's read it again. Asthma or not. Oh my goodness. I'm expired. I've expired today, but I wanted to spend time with my Jules Blessed Vegan community. Okay, so let's go with it. The truth is that there is no actual stress or anxiety in the world. It's your thoughts that create these false beliefs. You can't package stress, touch it, or see it. There are only people engaged in stressful thinking. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. It just seems so zen. It's so like Star Wars. But it's just absolutely valid too. I totally get it. I don't know. It's a tough one though. The truth is that there is no actual stress or anxiety in the world, because it can't be packaged, because it can't be touched, because it can't be seen. But I would say it can most certainly be felt. And that is something humans have, an ability to exceed the 5 senses, right? With our emotions and our heart. So sight, feel, taste, smell, touch. But the soul exceeds the body. And that soul on another dimension is absolutely affected by energy. So even though you can't package stress, touch it, or see it, you can most certainly feel it and be affected by it. But there are only people engaged in stressful thinking. That's true, and though I do believe you can't necessarily control that initially, again, how long you sit with it is up to you. I know, sin isn't the thought in itself which may come to you out of nowhere. But sitting with that thought, acting on that thought, that's when this sin comes in. And I agree. You will experience stress and anxiety. It will come at you. So I can't say that there's none. It will come at you. But what you do with it and how long you choose to sit in it is the problem. And then it says it's your thoughts that create these false beliefs. Give me a break, dude. Is there nothing more real than thought? It's all we have. If you're in a dark room by yourself, you're not just in a room that's dark, alone. You're in that room with your thoughts, right? I just came upon this. It did interest me so much. I'm game for letting go of stressful thinking. I'm game for understanding that it is my thoughts that create the length of time that I spend in a mode of stress or anxiety. I accept that. What do you think, you guys? I'd love your feedback. So let's go back. The truth is that there's no actual stress or anxiety in the world. It's your thoughts that create these false beliefs. You can't package stress, touch it, or see it. There are only people engaged in stressful thinking. Wayne Dyer, D-Y-E-R. All right, so peace be with him in the next realm. I'd love to know what you guys think. Prayers all around for how exhausted I am. And yet I know many people struggle more, but I think that we're all allowed to still ask for prayers and compassion and patience and love and an extra hug. And that per person, it doesn't have to be measured. Whatever's true for you is your truth in the moment. And I wish you peace. So like if you like, subscribe if you haven't. And until we talk again, best of all, know that I pray for you and that you're blessed.